there will be some changes in the speech communication department or the program itself. And at this time, I would like to invite the Associate Chair, Diana Denton, of the Speech Communication Program. She will be explaining to you about the history of speech communication and the new changes that we will be having in the near future.
In terms of the history of the speech communication program, I can't give you the whole history because I arrived in 2000, but I do know that the program started several years before that, and it began as an option in speech communication, and then we started to grow and it became a minor in speech communication. And then when I came in 2000, we had a 3-year general degree in speech communication, and we had a 4-year general degree in speech communication. It was somewhere around 2002, Jill Thomason-Goodwin, who was the other faculty member in speech communication, she started the speech communication program. And so when I came in 2000, I joined Jill, and there were now 2 full-time faculty members, and a huge contingent of special instructors who were teaching our public speaking course, SpeechComm 223. How many people in the room have done SpeechComm 223? Okay, so a lot of you know, you probably experienced some of our wonderful sessionals who were teaching that course. 2002, we were able to get an honors plan in speech communication. So what that meant was you could do an option, a minor, a 3-year general, a 4-year general, or you could do a regular honors in speech communication, and now what you can do is an arts and business regular in speech communication, an arts and business co-op in speech communication, and you can do a joint honors in any other discipline on campus and speech communication. So we've got people who are doing joint honors. In the past, we've had joint majors between computer science and speech communication, environmental studies, applied health, leisure, political science, English, so a wide range of joint majors. So it's quite interesting, you know, and I think the program's become very popular because you can combine it with different disciplines and integrate the communication skills with the other content areas that people are interested in studying. So that's a little bit of sort of the history in terms of where we got to today. In 2002, we had 17 speech communication majors. We have moved our way up. In the fall of 2006, we had 103 speech communication majors. And you can imagine my surprise when in the fall of 2007, we had 140 speech communication majors. So in 1 year, we went from 103 to 140. And what was interesting was we were expecting our numbers to plummet because the double cohort was all done. So we thought, you know, our numbers will start to go down. But instead, they've gone up by at least 20 students every year since 2002. So we're continuing to grow, and I find it very exciting. I find it's really sort of a pivotal time, I think, in our history as a program. Come on in. There's pizza. Grab you got some pizza, grab something to drink, and find a chair. There's lots of chairs, places to sit. So it's an exciting time in our program. It's been exciting for me to see the growth of the program. And I think one of the exciting things about what we do in speech communication is we have small classes, workshop-oriented. A lot of our classes are workshop-oriented, so grounded in theoretical perspectives and really rooted in the rich tradition of speech communication. Because even though we're the only speech communication program in Canada, it's a huge field in the U.S. So it's, you know, dating back to the early 1900s. So students get to come into small classes. They get very applied skills building experiences, and they get theoretical training. So how's the history? Yes, I like doing history. In terms of where we are now, a couple of years ago we went through a curriculum revision. And as of September 2007, the new curriculum in speech communication was introduced. How many of you are speech communication majors? How many of you are following the old curriculum? How many of you are following the new curriculum? Right, so a handful. How many of you are not speech communication majors right now, but are you saw, how many were here because you saw the sign that said pizza? So let me tell you a little bit about the new curriculum. What we did was we created 4 areas of concentration so that students can choose 2 areas of concentration to focus on. One of them is interpersonal organizational communication. Another is intercultural communication. A third is public and digital communication, and then performance studies. And when we brought in the new curriculum, it was partly as a response to student requests. In the past, because we're an interdisciplinary degree, students take some core speech communication courses, but they also take courses from other disciplines. And so students were wanting to be able to take more speech communication courses and fewer courses from other disciplines. And so the new curriculum allows students to do that. Come on in. We have pizza. We have drinks. Get some food and then you can sit in.
Thank you.
So, just so you know, and I'm going to stop talking about the new curriculum, but if you have any questions about it at all, please see me sometime tonight. Glad to chat with you. So but what I do want to say, and I lost my train of thought, there's something in that, and we'll see what he said of that. But anyway, I'm not going to talk about what I do want to say. I want everybody to know that if you came to the University of Waterloo and you started your program in fall 2007, you must abide by the new curriculum. If you started your program any time before September 2007, you have a choice of being with the old curriculum or the new curriculum. Right, so just, if any of you have questions about it, chat with me about it. And the last thing that I really want to talk about is the change or the process that we're in the midst of moving through in terms of speech communication right now. Currently, the speech communication program is housed in the Department of Drama and Speech Communication. But at our Art Faculty Council about a month and a half ago, we took a proposal forward to create a new department of speech communication. So the drama and speech communication to separate. And at Arts Faculty Council, the vote was overwhelmingly in favor of creating a new department of speech communication. So we're actually halfway there because we now have to take that proposal to the Senate and it gets approved there. We are sort of in process. We're anticipating that we will start the new department in May 2008, so in a few months' time. And then there would be 2 departments, drama department and the speech communication department. We're anticipating that our home will still be in modern languages, but we'll probably move upstairs. All of that is yet to be determined. And again, it's not official until things are finalized, within the next couple of months. But we're very hopeful, and we really have a sense that this is where we're moving. And so it's very exciting for us because it really gives us an opportunity to create a profile as a department and to really market ourselves as very innovative. We have many students who are co-majors in drama and in speech communication. So if any of you are in the room, no worries, it's all going to still be exactly the same. You can still, major in both and share some of the courses and that sort of thing. But it'll just allow us, both of us in our separate disciplines, to have a stronger profile.